That's good. We've got to respect. We've actually got 3 lots of 3, which is very symmetrical.
That's good. It means I can see everyone at once. Who's got the car alarm?
For now.
It's a shame we weren't telling the story now, because that would have been a very interesting feature.
Is that your car, Mum?
Join with video.
Yeah.
We're there. We're getting there.
I'll let you in a second.
Super. Is there anyone else coming in,
Janice
Bianca?
is coming, Sarah.
Yeah, there's for those that are waiting, there's a bus that's a bit late. And it's just pulling up outside to let the audience in. But yeah, there had to be 2 separate buses because of social distancing.
And then when I asked you, don't sit on the scissors. Don't sit on the scissors.
Ah. We're up
Molly,
to 11, which is a respectable.
Oh my God,
Scissors on desk.
And anyway, run my scissors.
Yeah, I don't care whose scissors they are. They're not in your bottom.
Quiet, everyone except John, so we can start. Okay.
The assembled company.
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
John,
Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Everyone will be muted, and John will be
Misbehaving.
Right, you need to be quiet now. No, you don't touch it, and you need to be quiet.
Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe interactive session. And we were expecting Hannah Brailsford tonight, but unfortunately, for reasons beyond my or her control, she had to go. Oh, no, she couldn't make it. So I got on my magic carpet and I flew as quickly as I could across the border up to Aberdeen, where I found the magnificent, the incredible, the incomparable Pauline Cordiner, who is actually going to take today's session, interactive session. So bring your toys, bring your mothers and unwrap them, bring anything else you want to unwrap, bring your partners, bring random cones you found in the woods, bring anything, and challenge Pauline to tell a story about the object you're unwrapping. So who wants to unwrap the first object?
Who's going for it? I've got an assistant here. So shall I get my assistant? Because what I have, just to start us off, is this. And it's full of the most random stuff that I've never actually got around to throwing out or putting to a charity shop. So will I get my glamorous assistant to help out?
Why not? That sounds like a magnificent idea to me.
Come over here, glamorous assistant. Say hello to the world.
Hello, world.
This is Molly, who's 8.
Hello,
Would you
world.
like to close your eyes and stick your hand? There's nothing sharp.
Well, I'm 8 in about less than a week.
She's 8 in less than a week, sorry. Stick your hand in there. No looking, no looking. What have we got? Right, okay. Right, so, go and sit down. Random objects. So what we have here is a chair, very similar to the one that I'm sitting on. Molly, is this a normal chair here? Does this chair belong to a normal person or to someone a little bit more?
Someone a little bit more.
Someone a little bit more. A little bit more what?
Imp.
An imp. It belongs to an imp. So it's a small chair that belongs to an imp who's about this size. Right. Okay, okay. Okay. You're not talking now, because then I won't be able to hear the people. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and down. Sarah, do you have an object that you would like to unwrap that will bring our story on a bit? Excellent. We'll need to unmute Sarah. Oh, Super, I can hear you.
I just unmuted myself. So do you want me to show you what's inside?
Yes, please. Can you unwrap it for us? Oh, a key. Oh, that is a rather nice key. Very ornate. It looks very old.
It's the key to my dungeon. It's where I keep my victims.
Wonderful. Now, Sarah, is this key something that our imp is going to find? Or does it already belong to the imp, maybe?
Well, I don't know how I came to have the key to the dungeon. I moved into this house, and then after a few weeks, it appeared in the drawer with the other keys.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, that is typical imp behavior.
That is good for an imp.
You see, imps are fascinated with human beings, absolutely fascinated. And they will find human things. Hush. They will find human things and they'll get hold of them. This is an imp. We just happen to have an imp on hand. We're a bit obsessed with imps in this house. And I think that this imp has taken the keys and sneaked them into a drawer somewhere. Okie dokie, I'm going to go back onto the correct view and I'm going to see who is next. Okay, John Rowe, you're sitting there right in the middle. Do you have an item, a random item surrounding you?
An item? Yeah, I've got loads of items. What have I got here?
What's John got?
Ah.
Oh my goodness! They look absolute.
It's from, I got it from an imp dentist.
An imp dentist. Well, you know what? I've met the dentist imp. He's about this height. He's the tiniest imp of all. So I think that once upon a time, our little imp was sitting on his chair and he was thinking what kind of mischief he could get up to. And he realized that he had, it keeps switching off the right view, he realized that he had in his possession a human object. Now, usually this is something like socks or a can of condensed milk, something that you only ever want at unusual times. And he took his key and thought, right, I'm gonna go and stick this object in Sarah's drawer so that she can come across it and she can go, where does this key come from? What is this key for? It's little mischief like that that imps get up to that make us humans feel slightly unsettled. So the little imp, whose name was, what name for the imp, Molly? It's your imp.
The name that imp.
This one. So this is Chiacho.
No, this thing.
No, we're not having that imp. So Chiacho the imp, that imp has a very silly name, that's why. Chiacho the imp bamfed to Sarah's house, because that's what they do. They kind of disappear in a great big puff of smoke, brimstone smelling, and then she reappeared, popped in the key into Sarah's drawer, and then, oh, she said, can you smell that? It smells like candy floss. And she went into Sarah's cupboards, and Sarah, you're a big fan of candy floss, aren't you? Yeah, Sarah's nodding. So she got distracted from her mischief. She went into the cupboard. She got a great big bag of candy floss that Sarah had been saving, ate the candy floss. Not much time had passed when poor little Chiacho the imp had a terrible, terrible toothache. And she said to herself, oh, I'm going to have to go to the dentist. She went to the dentist, who had to be very, very small indeed to fit into Chiacho's big mouth. You see, she's got a very big mouth. Very small. And he got his pliers, which are just like the one that John's showing. John, can you show us those pliers? They're immense. But the whole problem was, to get out Chiacho's sore tooth, this tiny imp had to pick up those gigantic pliers. And as you can see, I'm very, very small indeed. So I think we need another object to see how that's going to help us along. Oh, James is waving a box. Can we unmute James and hear what James has got in his box?
Well, I did offer this box to Sarah to open, but she was too scared, so I'll open it.
Oh,
Ooh.
what is in there?
Hold on, I'll check. Go and get it open.
One.
No. It's whiskey.
Ooh, I like whiskey very much indeed.
Now, little one, what are you going to use the whiskey on? You could either use the whiskey to give to the poor imp. You know, I think that's going to help when you get in with those massive, great big pliers. Or could you maybe use the whiskey to attract someone to help you? He's going to use the whiskey to try and attract someone. Now,
We'll see.
lay a trap as sorts. Okie dokie. So, little dentist, his name is Trumpet, by the way, went out into the forest, outside the imp's home, and toddled along carrying this great big hip flask of whiskey. Imps are quite strong. Not strong enough to lift the pliers, but strong enough to lift whiskey, because whiskey, of course, is filled with the angel's share, you see. So it makes it a lot lighter. Drag the whiskey out into the path in the forest, sat behind a bush, and waited to see who would come along. Okay, let's go along. Lysian, do you have something awesome to show us? What have you got?
So inside this tea towel, I have a banana.
A banana! Brilliant. Okay, now tell me, who's going to come along? Is it going to be a banana salesman
I was
or a
thinking,
monkey?
yeah, I was thinking maybe like an orangutan. They've got quite good hands,
Quite strong.
strong.
Quite
and
strong.
lifting.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for that. Oh, look.
Fun.
Sarah's got a monkey. So we're going for orangutan, definitely. Monkey, brilliant, excellent. So along comes the orangutan. Now, this was a Scottish orangutan. He'd been brought up in the wilds of Glasgow. Quite a lot of, it's the ginger thing. Nobody noticed. So the orangutan was making his way through the woods, and lying on the floor was the hip flask. He said, and he picked up the whiskey. Out from in behind the bush popped the imp dentist.
Help! He cried. Help! Will you come and help me? Really need your help. You see, I'm so tiny and I need a really big, strong person to help me take Kiachi's tooth out. She's been eating all of Sarah's candy floss after... Oh, it's a long story. Will you come and help?
So is this orangutan, Lucian? Is this orangutan going to be up for helping? Is it helpful orangutan or not?
The orangutan is very, very enthusiastic because he's drunk a lot of whiskey.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get in there quick enough.
Oh dear. Now we've got a drunk orangutan on our hands.
Okay, so wait a minute. We've got a problem. You see, this little imp's dentistry is little, just like him. Sorry, it keeps going on to gallery view, so I can't see who I've got. Now, let me see. We're going to need to shrink down the orangutan so that it can fit into the dentistry. Oh, Susie and Violet are waving something. What have you got there? What is that?
It's a little pixie.
It's a little pixie. Right. Okay. Now tell me, this pixie, is it good at magic, Violet?
Yeah.
Is it? Does it have lots and lots of spells or just a few? What's it got there? It's got a magic wand.
It's a golden feather.
It's a golden feather. That's amazing. Okie dokie. Right, trumpet. We've got a problem. We've got this gigantic, compared to the size of you, orangutan. And we've got poor Kiachu, who's sitting in the dentist chair waiting for you to get someone to help. I think we need the help of the pixie. Violet, does the pixie have a name?
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle! Oh, what a
Skedaddle.
brilliant name! Okay, do you think we can ask Skedaddle?
Okay, Skedaddle the pixie. I was hoping that you could help me. You see, the orangutan is too big to get into my dentist's room. It's very, very big, and my dentist's room is very, very small. Is that something you can help me with?
What do you think? Can you help? Yeah, she says yes.
Oh, good. Now, the thing is, it's a well-known fact in stories that if someone's going to help you, they need something in return. So,
It's your
what was that?
mommy.
What do you think that Skedaddle would want in return for using her magical powers to turn the orangutan small enough to fit into the dentist's room to pull out Kiachu's rotten tooth? What do you think?
What do you think the pixie would want?
Just think.
What? Yeah. What do you think? What do you think the pixie would want in return for helping? Like a present or something?
Yeah. If you were a pixie, what would you want as a present?
About a new pair of breeks or something. A gold pair of gold sequin trousers.
Gold sequin trousers. Oh my
disco
goodness.
pants.
What was that? Disco pants.
Yeah.
I like that. Right, trumpet. In your wardrobe, do you have a pair of gold sequined disco pants the same size as Skedaddle the pixie? Don't look at me as if I'm crazy. He always does this. No, he doesn't. So I'm afraid we're going to have a bit of a journey. Now, where is likely to have a pair of gold sequin disco pants? Got to get that in the right order, otherwise it doesn't work. Now, let me see. Where's that? Where was that?
Aldi's.
Aldi's have got everything.
It's
The
got
middle
everything.
aisle, the middle of Lidl, or the
Buy
everything
noodles,
aisle
disco
in Aldi.
pants, kayaks, everything.
Okay, so along goes wee Trumpet, the dentist, who really could do with an assistant, but we'll let that go. And he turns up in Aldi's. Where? Dorothy, do you have an item that you could share with us? What's this? Ooh, Dorothy's unwrapping it. Oh, this is quite exciting. It's all gift wrapped and everything. It's like Christmas and birthdays. What's inside it, Dorothy?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, that's all right.
What's in it?
Oh, little bag.
Oh,
Something in it.
what's inside the bag? It sounds like coins or something.
Silver.
Oh, silver.
Shiny.
I think you like that, don't you? Right. Okay.
Silver
So
chain. Necklace.
a necklace. So on the way to Aldi, little Trumpet met someone, and that someone was a cricket. Do you know what that cricket was wearing? The most beautiful pair of gold sequined sparkly disco pants. And at that, Little Trumpet's eyes opened wide and said,
I've never seen disco pants like that before, except once at Glastonbury in the middle of the night at the kids' field. Would you sell them to me?
But you know what? This cricket was such a fashion guru that he refused to give up his beautiful gold sequined sparkly disco pants without getting a good substitute. He said, what I want more than anything in the entire world is a bit of bling, because I'm going off to the cricket ball tonight, and I can't go off to the cricket ball without a beautiful silver necklace. So off went Trumpet, and he decided that he was going to have to go on the hunt for a silver necklace. And off he went, and off he went. And now, who is next? Janice Fairweather. I can see you. You have an enormous thing there wrapped up. We can't hear Janice.
Will unmute herself.
Got you, Janice. I can hear someone now. That's it. It's perfect. Can you unwrap your item? Oh, I can't hear Janice.
Mum, unmute yourself again.
Am I unmuted?
Perfect.
Thank you. Well, this is someone who's very pleased that Sarah found the key to the dungeon. And can you see? Voila.
Oh, wow. Well, it's a dragon. And as we all know, what do dragons like to collect?
Silver.
Silver, jewels. What else do dragons like to collect, Molly?
Rose quartz.
Yeah, Molly's been learning all about our different kinds of stones. Molly has a rose. Yes, you do have a rose quartz dragon. Maybe that was in his collection. So, wee Trumpet knew that he had to go and speak to the dragon. Unfortunately for Trumpet, Trumpet was, as you can see, he's quite a small little guy. And that dragon does look rather big and rather scary. So, is this dragon going to willingly give some gold or silver?
Yes, he's very generous.
Oh, thank goodness. That we could have had a whole exciting sneaking in there, but thankfully we're not going to have to. Now let me see who else is in the room. Have we gone through everyone?
Lucy.
Oh, we've got. Oh. Let me see. Oh, right, Lucy. I can see Lucy there. Is that right?
Yeah, David's here with a present.
Brilliant. Hi, David. Oh, you've got a brilliant purple sparkly bag there. What's inside your packet?
Do it the other way. Turn it around.
Ooh, Daleks. Oh, we like a Dalek, don't we? Now, thankfully for Trumpet, the dragon was very, very nice. And he knew that his dragon friend would be sure to give him a nice sparkly silver necklace, which he would give to the cricket in exchange for the golden, spangly, sparkly disco trousers. But unfortunately, that dragon lived on the other side of Dalek Village. Now, when you see Doctor Who getting chased by Daleks and stuff like that, that's when they're on duty. But when they're off duty, they all live in this beautiful village called Dalek Village. And poor little Trumpet had to get across because he's very small, so he can only bam from small steps, small distance at a time. And he had to get all the way over to the dragon. And he had to get past the Daleks. This is a bit of a problem. Now, let me see who else we have. We're on screen 2 now. Put your hand up if you have an item.
We have some.
Oh, yes. Okay, I have got Amber up on screen. What do you have there?
Hello, Stacey.
Is it a kitten or is it a doggy?
It's a kitten.
It's a kitten. Oh, little one, little Trumpet. Can you tell everybody?
I'm a little bit scared of kittens.
Oh, is there an, you know, I happen to know that in Dalek Village, there's a really, really nice kitten that lives off the scraps that the Daleks leave behind. How about, do you think that your kitten would help Trumpet, even though he's a little bit afraid of cats, to beat the Daleks? Do you think?
Your kitten help? Yes.
Yes, brilliant. Right, all you need to do now, Trumpet, is to get brave enough to go and speak to the kitten.
I'm not sure about kittens.
Well, okay, we're gonna have to work on this. We're gonna have to work on this, getting you brave enough to go and speak to this kitten. So let's see who else has an item now.
Sorry, can you turn it off, Ed?
Let me see. Oh, we've got Liz. Liz has got her hand up. What have you got, Liz?
I've got something a little bit scary, but actually she's nice and she wants to help. Do you want to...
Yes, please.
She's got a tall black cat. And
oh,
little bit, but she has got, you see, a broomstick.
She has. I think we might have a plan. Right. If you have got the bravery, Trumpet, to go out and speak to that cat, I happen to know that before you get to Dalek Village, if you just head off up through the left, there's some deep, dark, scary woods. Are you taking all this in? And I have the feeling that in those woods, there's a bog. And I have a feeling if a little imp can bamf across the bog, there's a witch. And I have a feeling that that witch is desperate for a companion. Would I be right in thinking that the witch is desperate for a friend?
Yes, she is. I am.
Oh, she is. Right. Now, where is that cat? Where's Amber and her cats? If I can see the cat. Oh, I see her. There she is. Now, Trumpet, are you going to be a brave little imp?
I'm a dentist. I didn't realise that bravery was part of the job.
Okay. Can you get a little bit of courage?
Is the cat there?
Is the cat there? Yes. Yes, I can see the cat. Brilliant. Okie dokie. Now, would this cat like to go and live with a very, very friendly, very, very nice witch who'll give you all sorts of delicious treats? Bowls of... Yes! Fantastic. Well done, Trumpet, for asking. So, Trumpet very, very bravely sat upon the back of the kitten and he gave the kitten instructions where to go. He said, come away with me. Don't go towards the Dalek village. We must run, we must run. And by cover of night, off they went. Poor Kiacha was still sitting in the dentist's chair, waiting to get her tooth pulled out. And Trumpet sitting on the back of the cat. Well, they went through that dark, dark forest and they went across the bog, jumping from tuffet of moss to tuffet of moss, over dead roots and dead trees, until finally they got to the witch's cottage. And they knocked on the door. Was the witch in?
Yes.
Good. The witch was in. Okay. And when they knocked on the door, the witch looked down and she said, "Oh, a little kitten and a curious little imp." Trumpet said,
"I really need your help. I need to get across the top of Dalek village without getting caught by the scary, scary Daleks. Will you take me there on your broomstick?"
And the witch said,
"I will, as long as you can do something about my teeth."
"Oh, do you know what? I think that's come full circle. What do you think? I know you do imp teeth, but do you do human teeth as well?"
"Let's have a look at them."
I think you could do something about those teeth.
Oh, that would be a project that I would love to be involved in.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. So, Trumpet got on the witch's broomstick. The witch flew Trumpet all the way over the top of the village. Now, can I see those angry Daleks down below? Where are the angry Daleks? Can they give a bit of a shout and a bit of a "Arrgh"? I think I can see the Daleks shouting. Brilliant. And they flew all the way over the top, all the way to the dragon, and they landed and they said to the dragon, "Dragon," and the dragon said,
"What?"
"Dragon," and the dragon said,
"What?"
Because you see, the dragon was very, very hard of hearing, unfortunately. So, Sam, I see a Sam. Where's Sam gone? Oh, Sam. Sam has a purple thing. What's underneath the purple? That's what it's wrapped in.
A biodinosaur triceratops thing.
What a creature. I like that. Does it have good hearing?
Moderate.
Moderately good hearing. Is it good at sign language? No. I think we've got a problem.
Well, never mind.
Trumpet went up to the dragon and explained, "Please, please, I need some silver. I need some silver to give to the cricket, who has the most fantastic pair of golden, spangly disco trousers that I'm going to give to the fairy Skedaddle, who's going to shrink the orangutan. And then the orangutan is going to take these great big pliers and pull out Kiacho's sore tooth. And then I'm going to get on with the dentistry." But unfortunately, the dragon needed something in return. So, let me see. What could the dragon want in return? Is there anybody that we've not had? Oh, I keep going back to the big view. Put your hand up in the air if you haven't contributed an item and you would like to. Oh, hang on. I see Abdu. Do you have an item?
Hi, yes, I do. Let me show you.
Super. What do you have?
I got my son here. Let me show you.
Hello. Oh, we've gone all black. Oh, brilliant.
That's in Marrakesh.
You're in Marrakesh. You have a lion. Oh my goodness. Now, I want to ask you
It's
first,
a lion.
what do you think that the dragon would want so that he could give the necklace to our little friend here? What would a dragon want?
I've got something.
Oh, Sarah's got something. We'll go back to Sarah and we'll come back to you. What have you got, Sarah? An eyeball. Is this what the dragon likes to eat?
I think the dragon would just like a nice home in Sarah's dungeon.
I think so. Do you know what? You know what? That would be very, very tempting. Unfortunately, Sarah had lost the key to her dungeon.
But she
Maybe that
found
might
it.
come back. So let me see. Okay, so the dragon is looking for a new home, and Trumpet, unfortunately, can't think of a home. But he does have a friend in the lion. Now, lion,
Yeah.
do you think that you would be able to take us with your very, very strong friend, the dinosaur? And do you think that you would be able to take us all the way across the land that we've traveled through? Because we need to get back through the Daleks, don't we? We need to get back through the Daleks. So, is your lion friend very, very brave?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And Sam's dinosaur, Is your dinosaur very, very brave and very, very strong?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, Trumpet explained, if you come with me, and if you... Oh, I hear someone.
Get on with it on their own.
I can't hear who's contributing. Oh, well. Well, if you are very, very brave, lion, and you are very, very strong, dinosaur, do you think that you could take us and the dragon all the way through the Daleks and then past the witch's forest, through the deep dark bog, all the way back? Someone contributing? I can occasionally hear someone speaking, but can't see. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. And then we can get all the way back, and maybe we'll find somewhere for the dragon to live. Of course, said the dinosaur. Of course, said the lion. So off they went. Once again, Trumpet was sitting on the back of the lion, even though, strictly speaking, lions are cats. And they made their way through Dalek Village. And the Daleks were coming towards them from the left. The Daleks were coming towards them from the right. There was even some of those new fancy flying Daleks coming through the air. The bravery of the lion and the strength of the dinosaur and little Trumpet telling them, look over there, look over there. They managed to get all the way through Dalek Village. Then they went through the wood, and they said on the way to the, they passed the witch on the way. And of course, Trumpet promised to do her teeth as soon as possible. And eventually, they made their way back to the cricket. Trumpet took the necklace, handed it to the cricket. And the cricket, he looked absolutely splendid, like he was going off to a festival or something like that. And he took off his sparkly, golden, sequined disco breeks, and he handed it to Trumpet. Trumpet took them with us, and they finally made their way, the three of them did, all the way back to Skedaddle, who was so excited to get her sparkly disco breeks that she took out her golden feather. Have we still got the golden feather? Oh, it's beautiful. And she waved it in the air. And the orangutan, once they got to the orangutan, went from all the way, massive, great big orangutan size, and shrunk all the way down that it could fit into the dentist's studio. Now, John, can we see those massive pliers again? At the sight of those poor little, those massive, great big pliers that John is threateningly waving at us, poor little Chiacho was absolutely shaking. She was so scared, you couldn't believe it. But now, he'd been on so much adventures, a scared imp was nothing. So the little dentist sat and he sang a comforting lullaby to her. She opened up her mouth, and the orangutan took the great big pliers and out came the tooth. Well, what a relief. The tooth was out. Trumpet thought that he finally might get a rest. You've had quite an adventure for such a tiny imp, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
But the story wasn't over yet, because we still had the homeless dragon. The poor homeless dragon who was absolutely desperate to find a nice place to stay. If only there was a nice dark dungeon that I could live in. I don't like living the other side of Dalek Village. They keep coming in and trying to pillage my gold. At that point, Chiacho remembered, hang on, and she bamfed off back to Sarah's house, because imps are fascinated with humans. And she went rummaging through Sarah's drawer, where she found the key. And this time she didn't get distracted by sweeties, did you not? No?
I've eaten them all.
By that point, Sarah had done poor Chiacho a favour and had eaten all the sweets. And Chiacho bamfed up to Sarah and said,
I've got some friends, right? I've got a big dragon. How big is your dungeon, Sarah?
It's kind of dragon-sized.
Perfect.
Perfect, said the imp. So in moves the dragon. The dragon was quite happy. The dragon occasionally gets socially distant visits from the very, very brave lion. And that dinosaur who was so strong and was so big that those Daleks, they decided they didn't even want to go and live in Dalek village anymore. They went somewhere else. There's the Daleks. There they are. Brilliant. Fantastic. Where do they live now, though? Maybe that's the sequel for next week. I don't know. And the witch, she turned up, and because Skedaddle was so delighted at her sparkly golden disco trousers, there was an endless supply of spells. And whenever Trumpet needed a big size, like a huge witch shrunk down to size to fit into Trumpet's dentist studio, Skedaddle was there, cast the magic spell on the witch. The witch's teeth are now so beautiful that she appears every day on morning television, grinning at everyone. She presents a particularly good session on cats and how to look after them. I believe she's going to be in the next season of Celebrity Love Island. And after that, you know, pretty much everybody lived happily ever after, except for Chiacho, who accidentally bamfed her way into John's cupboards one day and drank all his whiskey, didn't you? And now she's got a bit of a headache, don't you? But I don't think we have a solution for that. Maybe that's another story for another day.
Pauline, we've got an imp tooth.
What have you got?
An imp
You've
tooth.
got an imp tooth. Oh my goodness, that is the most shiny, most beautiful imp tooth. Is that what they look like, Trumpet?
Yes.
Now, normally, what do they normally do? You normally take the imp teeth and give them to the tooth goblins, don't you? Yeah, they're a bit like tooth fairies, but tooth fairies only come to humans. Tooth goblins go to imps. But there's a whole other story there as well. So that is the story of Trumpet's big adventure.
Whoa! Huge round of applause.
Thank you very much, everyone. What an amazing selection of items.
Whoa.
I do hope I got everyone. Every 2 seconds. Oh, Stephanie's here. Hello, Stephanie. And Zuhair. And oh my goodness. Every 2 seconds it kept flicking back to me, and I know what I look like. So
Well, Pauline, we're
Yes.
giving you the silver cup for the best spontaneous interactive story.
I only caught the last 10 minutes or 5-10 minutes of that. It was absolutely brilliant, Pauline. So funny.
Well, you know what? I just want to thank everybody for their brilliant items.
You
What
coped really well. So I set this up with a lady called Hannah who wasn't able to be here, but she had practiced kind of an idea about what she would do with a random room full of things. Pauline didn't have any time to do that because Hannah was unfortunately at the very last minute unable to join us. So I really want to say thank you to Pauline for not thinking twice as she blindly walked in and went, yeah, I'll do that, Sarah and John. And I'd also like to say that storytellers at this time of year are usually in a field at Glastonbury in the sun or the mud, depending on the weather gods, where they get paid to tell stories and entertain us. And this year that's not possible. On the webpage where you joined, there's a little hat. And if you have PayPal, you could pop a coin or two into that hat, and it would help Pauline keep all of those imps in spangly trousers to go to the disco. And then they can see Jim at the disco because he's already dressed, ready to go.
And anyone who wants to see Pauline tomorrow from 1 o'clock till 3, take your computers, iPads, phones, tablets into the sunshine, get a shade so you can see the screen. And from 1 till 3, all the Glastonbury Kidsfield tellers, all 10 of us, are in there. And poor Bianca is probably at the controls.
It's an honor to be
So we
there.
would love to see you there. And you can come in the room by pressing the gold button and the gold join button, as you managed to tonight. And if you're listening out there in virtual land, Facebook or whatever it is, come to the site tomorrow, because we want to fill the tent, get that real sort of field Glastonbury, first day of the Kidsfield being opened atmosphere. And we'll have I've got to phone up some other lunatics, performers when this is finished, to populate our tent with odd bods walking through it. So really looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much, Pauline. Thank you very much, everyone who came.
Thank you, Pauline.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much for coming and bringing your objects and bearing with me while I tried to tie up the loose ends. And thank you very much for asking me along to stand in for Hannah, and really good fun. Oh, and Kiacho says, Sarah, she says she knows where you keep your fudge.
Okay, I'll move it.
Yeah, and Molly, Molly, do you want to say, because normally you'd have stayed at Stephanie's earlier, so do you want to say hello to Stephanie?
Stephanie, hang on. There she is.
Hello. Do you want to see the puppy, Molly?
Oh, yes.
Want to see my puppy?
Lord.
Yeah.
She can't hear you.
Normally, on the way from Aberdeen to Glastonbury, these two pull the caravan up at Stephanie's.
Yes, we're treated to the hot tub and fine wine and good chat and company before we do the last leg of the journey. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case there's nothing when you get there.
Yeah, we'll just have to make it even bigger and better next year.
Oh,
This
it'll be
has
amazing
been a
next
super
year.
substitute.
I fixed it.
You fixed it. Oh, you fixed my fairy door. We had a fairy door in reserve, just in case. In fact, why have one fairy door when you can have two? Oh, we got 3 fairy doors. There we go. A whole choice of doors for Skedaddle to go through. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
You'll find stories here every day, but thank you all very much for being a part of this one. We couldn't have had this story without you all.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
Sarah.
Thank you,
Thank
Bianca, for
Thank you.
manning the technology.
I'm here for you tomorrow as well. So see you tomorrow, guys.
We'll see what nightmares we can give you tomorrow, Bianca.
No, it will be my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Bye-bye.